Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of Dave's Daily Driving Devotions. Yeah, I know that's dumb. Good morning, everybody. I am headed to work, as you can see, and just wanted to share a quick thought with you from the Word of God this morning. I was reading in Psalm 143, and the psalmist writes in verse number 10, and he says, "Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God." And those first two words really stuck with me. Teach me. Teach me. You know, we live in a day where it's hard to find somebody with a spirit to be taught, a spirit to learn. Everybody's a know-it-all. You know, you can quickly Google whatever you want. You know, you got to fix something on the car, and you look it up on YouTube or whatever, watch a 3-minute video, and you can rebuild the motor, you know. It's the age of information. It's right there at our fingertips, and we rarely are seeking to learn or seeking to be taught from someone. And I've read those couple of words many times before in the Psalms. I don't know how many times David writes, "Teach me." Could be good homework for you. Maybe put it in the comments below the video. Look it up, and that would save me some time. But teach me, to have a spirit to learn. And David said, "Teach me to do thy will." And there's so many things that we need to learn from the Lord. And the thing is, in the Christian life, we're never done learning. It's a learning process. Even the Apostle Paul wrote, you know, "I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content." He had to learn contentment. Jesus said himself, "Learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart." And so it's a learning process, and to have a spirit of learning, to have a spirit that says, "Teach me today, Lord." You know, especially in difficulties and in trials, you know, you always hear, the Lord's trying to teach you something, you know. But every great teacher has to have a student who is willing to learn. You know, I think of great teachers in my life. I think of my youth pastor, and go all the way back to even second grade. I think it was my second grade teacher was Mrs. Gibson. I remember her because she was a great teacher. She remembers me because I was a terrible student who still haunts her nightmares today. But you probably have a favorite teacher that you remember. But even the greatest teachers have to have a student who is willing to learn and has a spirit that says, "Teach me." And we have the greatest teacher of all, our master, our teacher, Jesus Christ, who longs to teach us daily through his word and through experiences of life, through trials and difficulties, to teach us to trust him, to teach us to grow our faith. And none of that can take place if we don't have a spirit that says, "Teach me, O God." And those two words I'm going to try to have those stick with me today. Teach me, whatever it is, Lord, that you want me to learn. I pray that you'll teach me today. And I hope that'll stick with you today. And may we have a spirit of learning in this day, and learning especially what is really important, and that is learning to do God's will, learning to trust him, learning to obey, and learning of him, learning to be more like the Master. So I hope that'll be a blessing to you. I'm almost to the church. I'm running late today, but I can speed the rest of the way. Coffee out.